Hey, Tom Rabbit! I hope you got this for your recording. Hey, YouTube out there. Tom Rabbit likes to record these. Hey, Tom Rabbit!
Well, the heart of the issue is street epistemology is not about epistemology. Okay? It's not about that at all. They're calling it street epistemology, and it's a deceptive title. What it really is stealth atheism. It's about creating atheists, people who come to reject believing in God. It's not about epistemology at all.
Actually, they admitted that it came from a book called How to Make an Atheist or something like that.
Street epistemology is the birth child of Peter Boghossian, who wrote the book, A Manual for Creating Atheists. Peter Boghossian's purpose is not about getting people to develop epistemology. It's about eradicating belief in God.
Would you consider that it might be both?
No, sir. Okay, Peter Boghossian is a PhD. He has a PhD. He's a college professor. He's dealt with dealing with changing people's minds through the Socratic method. He's extensively dealt with prisoners. Okay, but when you read the book, when you go through the book, if you listen to some of his lectures, which I have done, number one, he is a foaming at the mouth radical atheist. Okay. He's not just somebody who just has a lack of belief. He has a national, if not a worldwide agenda to eradicate belief in God. So he's trying to develop an army of tens of thousands of people who go under the banner street epistemologists, but they're not promoting epistemology. What they're doing is they're trying to create atheists. Now, Peter Boghossian's view is that getting into a heated argument rarely changes anybody's mind. So what the purpose of the book is to change the strategy, okay? To have a more cool, calm, collective interaction where you plant seeds of doubt for the purposes of eventually facilitating that person abandoning belief in God. So it's not about epistemology. It's about creating atheists, and that's what the book is called.
Could you concede that his intent is to, deconvert people, perhaps, but also
his intent are malevolent and nefarious, and you can prove it by reading the back of. You can read the book yourself, but especially go to the back of the book in the appendix, where he makes himself very clear. He has nothing but malevolent motives.
Okay, I have a PDF with me. I'm going to look for that. And
read the go to the appendix.
We can go through it together if you want.
Yeah, read the appendix.
Yeah.
But Darth, I will come back. I will retort. Darth, your intention is to do just the opposite. You want to destroy all atheists. That's your motive.
Okay, well, first of all,
goal as well.
When you say destroy atheists, what does that mean to you? I've never said I want to destroy atheists. Okay? I want to, my goal is for all unbelievers to come to faith in Jesus Christ as Creator, God, Lord, and Savior. And I'm transparent about that. Okay? I don't hide that fact. Whereas Peter Boghossian and his followers are being deceptive when they go out and do their little interviews and they claim that they're doing street epistemology. This is a lie. They're doing stealth atheism, Mead. Now, do you have a copy of A Manual for Creating Atheists?
A paper copy, you mean?
Mead, do you have a copy? Have you even looked at A Manual for Creating Atheists by Peter Boghossian?
No, I don't need one.
Okay, so no, you need one if you're going to have an accurate assessment of what street epistemology is all about, because this is the founding book. Okay?
Look, I understand what the Socratic method is all about, and I know that street epistemology, from all angles, however you look at it, the purpose is to change minds. That is, the change is like a Rubik's cube.
Changed minds from what to what?
Think of the Rubik's cube.
Can you answer my question, please? You said
Well,
to change minds about what? What is it about to change mind? Why are they trying to change people's minds?
Yeah, by showing them that their assumptions are false, by showing them that their assumptions do not support their claims. That's the way you go about changing minds, reorganizing the person's mind by creating a cognitive dissonance.
Okay,
Hey,
sir,
Mead, what did they show?
are they deriving this practice and methodology from the mind of Peter Boghossian? Is Peter Boghossian the creator of Street Epistemology, Mead?
Yes.
What I wanted to.
Okay. So, Mead,
Darth,
what is
Darth,
the founding book of Street Epistemology, Mead?
Darth, let me clarify something.
Can I not be interrupted? He made a point. I want to respond to him. Okay, Mead, is Street Epistemology derived and depends upon a manual for creating atheists?
But there's one thing that you're assuming.
Alfonso is the moderator.
Darth, there's one thing that you're assuming. Mead doesn't practice street epistemology.
It doesn't matter. He's trying to I didn't say he was, but he's trying to characterize street epistemology. So I'm asking him if he had the book, and he doesn't have the book. He is misrepresenting street epistemology.
Mead, are you trying to advocate or represent street epistemology?
No, I am.
Then what are you talking about?
I am telling that I understand street epistemology as based on the Socratic method of.
You just contradicted yourself.
Asking questions. Where?
You just contradicted yourself, sir.
Where?
You were just Ed.
Where? You're making a claim I contradicted myself.
Listen to me. I'm answering you.
Give me proof that I contradicted myself.
I'm going to right now.
Go ahead.
You were just asked, are you representing, are you characterizing street epistemology? And you said no.
Right. I'm not. I am not.
Okay, good. Then what are you describing then?
I'm describing the Socratic method.
No, sir. The Socratic method is not the same thing.
Method.
Then we're not talking about the Socratic method, sir.
Yes, you have to, because
if you're talking about
street epistemology, you have to talk about the Socratic method. You are contradicting yourself, Dad.
Hold on.
You are so dishonest.
Hold on.
Oh my gosh,
we're not going to get anywhere.
Dad, you're contradicting yourself.
Hold on.
Nobody is discussing the Socratic method. We're talking about street epistemology, sir.
I'm asking you kindly, please. Give me a second. I'm going to ask, we're going to go have a 30 to a minute seconds of silence just to let the fumes calm down and go back and try to have a conversation without yelling over each other, just to diffuse the fire.
He hasn't read the book. He doesn't have the book.
Yeah.
He said he wasn't describing street epistemology.
Yeah, we will continue the discussion, but just give us a few seconds of
silence.
And
could I speak after that silence, Alfonso?
Yes, you can break the silence. Just give us at least 30 seconds, and whenever you feel you want to break the silence.
A few moments later.
Okay. I just wanted to respond to what you said, Mead, about what you thought about street epistemology. And I had gone through that, so I can kind of give you some feedback as to what I thought was going on. And to me, it seemed like, yes, exactly what you said. There was the Socratic method, and they were trying to examine assumptions, possible cognitive
John,
biases.
he just said to you that he wasn't talking about street epistemology, John.
I understood the contradiction there, Darth, but I don't want to
focus on. Okay, so are you acknowledging that he contradicted himself? Are you acknowledging he contradicted himself?
Yes, I do. But
okay, good. See that now we have two people who point out you contradicted yourself.
But I did want to talk to you about not about the contradiction, but about some of the things that you said. Now, I could tell you, Mead, that they had the assumption that I had, as a theist, had cognitive dissonance, and they tried to exploit what was not even there. And so if I had the opportunity to question them, I could expose their assumptions and whether they would respond, with discomfort or whatever the case may be. I could provide them evidence, and so I would love to question the questioner, but I can say that just experiencing the series of questions, clearly there was an assumption not on my part, but on their part, that there was something unsound about my belief.
So Mead, either you are talking about street epistemology or you are not. Which is it, Mead?
Look, I spoke with David, who is a street epistemologist. I spoke with him
I just
yesterday.
asked you a question. Can you answer it, please?
And I listened to David yesterday. Let me get to my point.
So you're going to ignore my question.
That would you let me speak?
I just want to know.
Listen, if you can listen for a while,
are you answering my question? That's all I want to know.
I am going to come around. I am going to come around to
everybody
answer your question. I'm going to.
We got to stop over talking each other here, you guys.
Yeah. This is what happens. You ask somebody a direct question, and they bloviate.
I'm talking to you, brother.
I said
we got to stop.
I'm not interested in your opinion, Tom.
Well, that's fine and dandy, man. But I mean, you're being very rude, and just let people talk.
No, and he's being rude by not answering my question. I asked him a direct question.
How can I be rude not answering your question? That's ridiculous.
Were you addressing my question, Mead?
Come on, Darth. Behave like an educated man.
I will. I'll ask
Darth, behave like an educated man.
Were you answering my question?
I am educated. You are supposedly educated.
Yeah. Okay. Were you answering my question?
Behave like an educated man here.
Okay.
And I know something. I know something about thinking. I know something about thinking.
What happens.
I'm a psychotherapist. I work with the mind all the time. So I know something about people like you. I know something about people like you.
This is not helpful.
I know the kind of mind that you have.
Psychotherapy is a pseudoscience, my friend.
You can say anything you want. You will disparage everybody. You'll disparage a PhD in mathematics. You disparage everybody because you think that you know every damn thing. You think you know everything.
More character assassination. Now, are you going to answer my question?
No, because you have no character.
Listen,
you have no character.
Here we go. More character assassination.
Yes,
listen,
you deserve it. You deserve it.
Are you discussing blah, blah, blah?
You deserve it.
Okay? Now, are you discussing street epistemology or not?
So I am telling you that I understand street epistemology not as not as a nefarious, not as how you describe it as being nefarious.
How could you know when you haven't read the book?
I am saying that street epistemology, from what I am understanding, is based on the Socratic method.
That's irrelevant.
It examines one's assumptions.
Darth,
you know
you read the book?
You're
as a result,
street epistemology.
Would you let me talk and not be talking while I'm talking? You don't like to do this in your own rooms. You're really a miserable character.
You're repeating the same diversionary responses.
You're not a man. You're just not a man. You cannot stand up. You cannot stand up to order. I am talking.
Sorry,
don't talk over me.
Hold on.
If you talk over me, I'm going to send you in the audience.
No, hold on, Tom. I think we clarified that in the rooms that we're moderating, we only have one or two moderators.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'll jump down. I just this is just
no.
Getting out of hand.
Yeah, I'm going to try to moderate. But,
this is what they do. You ask them a question, and they give you a monologue, which doesn't answer the question.
Stop.
You're interrupting, Darth.
I'm still waiting for an answer to my question.
Yeah, but if you keep interrupting and me, you're also getting very heated, and we're not going to have a conversation with people yelling at each other.
He's getting upset because I'm
Hey, Alfonso, you might be able to send me down and then bring him back up. That'll remove his badge.
I know. I can't stick around very long. I just saw the disorder in here, and I felt obligated to come.
I don't think it's fair if you have two people quarreling. I don't think it's fair to mod.
You're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You're right. But nevertheless, just the rudeness here is. I mean, we don't have to be this rude, guys. We just.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not the one doing character assessment.
Are you going to pay me?
You're doing a whole lot
Hold on.
of speaking over people. That's for damn
I'm
sure.
confronting him because he's not answering my question. I asked him a straightforward question.
You're not letting him get to the question because you keep
because he wasn't answering the question.
Darth,
he's talking about Socratic method. We're not talking about
absurd, man. Just calm down.
No, I'm not.
You are. Let me fucking speak,
is
brother.
he discussing street epistemology? Yes or no? He first said no. Now he's saying yes. So which is it? Is he discussing street epistemology or not?
Okay, guys, I'm going to clarify what's happening, okay? Mead is familiar with the Socratic method, and he thinks it's an effective way of pursuing epistemological knowledge, right?
But he said he wasn't talking initially about street epistemology. Do you remember that?
Yeah, so don't interrupt me.
So was he discussing street epistemology or not?
I haven't finished making my point, right?
No, Mead was just simply being dishonest, okay?
No, I'm not concerned about that. Now you and I are speaking, and I'm trying to clarify. ¿Cuál es este? ¿Es el mío? Gracias, Doc. Okay, so I'm trying to clarify what happens because I know Mead. He's often we've been in rooms for at least 8 months or 7.
Yeah, I'm familiar with him too. He's a dodger.
Okay, what we really need to do is not sow hatred and discontent in this room.
You're not a mod, so we don't need for you to tell us what to do, Daddy.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Darth.
Okay, I'm not interested in your moderation when you're not a mod.
I'm just trying to help the group along.
And I'm trying to help center the conversation back on my question. Whenever Mead is asked a question, whenever I have interacted with Mead and I ask him a direct, clear question, he gives me this long, drawn-out, evasive response, okay? He starts talking about the Socratic method. I didn't ask him about the Socratic method. I said, are you talking about street epistemology? And he said, no. Then later on, he changes his tune and he said that he is. So which is it? Mead, are you discussing street epistemology or not?
I was discussing a subsection of street epistemology which has
the answer is yes.
Which has to do with the Socratic method.
Is the answer yes? Is the answer yes?
I'm not going to answer binary. I am telling you what I'm telling you.
No, are you discussing street epistemology?
I'm discussing the Socratic method.
Okay, good. So you're not discussing street epistemology, is that correct? Which is it, Mead? Are you not discussing street epistemology?
Hey, Darth, I have a question for you.
Can you not? Would you not interfere, John?
I just wanted a brief question.
John, can you please wait and not interfere?
Sure.
Mead, are you not discussing
Wait,
street
hold on,
epistemology?
Darth, you're not running the room either, brother.
Okay.
I mean, really, man. Like, what the fuck is going on here?
Because he's interfering with my question. I don't mind that if he joins the
you're
overall
just badgering the hell out of me.
I'm not badgering anybody. All I want to know from you
absolutely
is, are you discussing... Look, I'm going to ignore you from here out, okay? Listen, Mead, are you discussing street epistemology or are you not discussing street epistemology? Which is it?
Okay, I'm back. Hold on.
Which is it, Mead?
Hold on. I'm back. So I want to rephrase what I was asking, Darth. You were saying that Peter Boghossian's intention, according to what he says...
Can we get an answer from Mead first, please?
No, because
Why not?
Because I'm trying to rephrase the question.
Have I not asked the question a dozen times? Am I asking an illegitimate... Okay, Alfonso, am I asking an illegitimate question?
I just want to rephrase...
Alfonso, am I asking a legitimate question?
Could you lower your tone? I don't need...
Okay.
I don't think
I'm waiting for an answer. You and I were discussing street epistemology. He jumped in. Yeah. I asked him point blank, are you discussing street epistemology? He said no.
Yeah, so this is what
why
happened.
Is he changing the subject?
Oh, so this is what happened. This is what I'm trying to explain, right? Mead
hold on a second.
Darth, Alfonso,
listen to me. If you're going to tolerate trolling on here by Steve the Philosophist, you need to remove him from the stage. This is a form of harassment, okay?
Steve, do you mind changing your PTR?
No, remove him from the room. Okay,
I actually
look,
do mind you
he's
modding
a
me before
troll.
you mod this
He's a
loudmouth
troll
asshat
and a
who keeps
stalker.
talking over you,
Okay, get
Alfonso.
rid of him, Alfonso,
Please,
or I'll
make me
I'll
mod.
just
Make
leave
me
the
a
room.
mod,
Get
please.
rid of him.
I'll help him. I'll help him out.
What are you going to do? Are you going to facilitate this troll or
Yeah,
not?
mod me, guys. Come on, give me a mod.
Alfonso, are
Give me
you
a
going to
mod.
stop
Okay,
this
hold on.
trolling?
Give me a mod,
No.
just like every other fucking room Darth jumps into.
Are you going to
Give me a
let him
mod.
stay, Alfonso? Yes or no?
I'm gonna ask everyone to move to the audience, and we're
Okay,
gonna
so you're going to facilitate somebody coming in here engaging in violation of the terms of service. Okay.
Your
Okay.
very
Okay. Thank you.
existence
You
is a
just made it clear to
violation of
me.
the terms of service, Darth.
Have a nice day. You're allowing a troll. Okay. Steve the Philosophist is somebody who has trolled me on
Oink,
numerous
oink.
occasions. Okay. So you're going to let him stay, Alfonso?
Okay.
The problem wasn't the lipstick, Darth. It wasn't the
Alfonso, are you
lipstick.
going to let him stay?
Okay.
Thank you.
So what I'm trying to do is we're gonna have people in the audience come one by one to make their points. Otherwise, we have too many interruptions. This is what we've decided in our
Well,
meetings
Mead and I were
to
talking.
moderate.
I'm still waiting for an
Yeah.
answer to my question.
So I'm gonna ask, Nathan, if you don't mind, Mead and Darth, everyone move to the audience. I'm gonna explain
Can
the
I get
situation.
an answer to my question from Mead?
No.
Are you talking about street epistemology or not?
No, you can't until I finish resetting
so
the
you're
room.
going to cover for his deception. You just revealed your true colors. Have a nice day, Alfonso. You're a fake and a phony and a fraud too, just like me. Thanks for waiting.
Okay, before anyone speaks, I want to get something very clear, okay? I try to moderate rooms with people who are incredibly aggressive, right? And when you do stuff like this, Steve, you spent an hour and a half complaining why I wasn't moderating someone else and why Uri asked you to give a 30-second question and you whining, okay? I'm fed up of people whining, and I need to get to connect with people no matter how trollish or horrible they are, right? People leave by their own means. You've seen Darth. He has no self-control, right? So when I'm not going to moderate anyone, moving everyone to the audience, and we're going to come up one by one. I was having a very nice interaction with Nitan, and he dropped off the app, and then Darth came in, and then Mead engaged in a very aggressive way, just like he does, and then Steve made it even worse. Okay, I don't care if you think other people are being harmful to you, or other people are being horrible to you. We're all adults here, and we're coming into these rooms by our own accord in order to engage. So if you think your sensibilities are going to be hurt, think twice, because these aren't rooms for just floating in the clouds and being lovely, right? Go to church for that, perhaps, or go somewhere else. Go to a friendship meeting, or whatever retreat center, right? Where you're not gonna get any aggression. Okay, my attempt is always to engage with the most difficult people I can, and for that, I can only put myself restrain myself and hold myself back and let people speak. And I've been quite effective at that. Okay? So from now on, I know, and I know you for many months, and you do get agitated. Steve, I know you for a couple of months, and you get very agitated. Okay? So the moment I get aggression from anyone, I don't care if it's Darth or if it's my best friends on Clubhouse, I'm gonna move you to the audience, and I'm gonna give trolls like Darth and whoever it is the priority to stay on stage, because you guys are part of my team. You should trust the way I'm doing things as a moderator, right? And if you dislike it, I'm very happy for you guys to go. But I'm actively trying to engage with people who it is difficult to engage with, and that's the beauty of Street Epistemology, right? The moment you start insulting people, you're actually losing the battle. That's the whole point of this practice. So I'm gonna, everybody lower your hands. Okay, Mead.
Yeah, Alfonso, you saw that I was trying to communicate with Dot in a normal fashion, but the fact is that Dot would not allow me to speak. He was speaking over me, and I couldn't explain what I wanted to explain to him. He didn't want me to do anything but just to say yes or no, and that's his tactic. That's his strategy, just to bully me in to his way of answering his questions that he wants answered. And let me tell you something. When I'm in Dot's room, he has told me just about just about anything that I quietly accept. He called me almost crazy. You know, I mean, he called me names, and now he is concerned about my calling him names when he does it himself to other people. There is something inconsistent about that, and he wouldn't accept it. And so, yes, I mean, it got to the point where I had to keep, at him because he would not concede for a moment to allow me to speak. And so that is when you yourself realize that, and you try to tell him to allow me to speak. And also, John um, came up and was trying to do the same thing to allow him to get me to speak. So the real problem is with that.
Yeah, we all agree. I think all of us in this room probably agree that the Darth is a problem, right?
Yes.
I want to address people who are problematic.
Yeah, I agree. I want to just speak on the half of when we're practicing street epistemology, the person that's going to join in the conversation has to understand that the person practicing is asking questions. And if the person does not want to engage in that type of conversation, then they are not practicing and following the guidelines to have a productive conversation using street epistemology. So when someone like Darth or anybody who wants to just turn it and ask questions that they demand answers from you in their manner, it's no longer practicing street epistemology.
John.
Yeah. Yeah. I just wanted to say that I had a private conversation with Darth right now, and I don't want to disclose any details about that conversation, but what I was attempting to question Darth in this particular room was that I was, to me, I was clear that there was some sort of inconsistency in Mead's statement, but my point was to Darth. I mean, like, does he really need Mead to admit it? Irrespective of whether he did or not, there's a central point, and I thought he could have moved on. And so I was interrupting to say, you know, granted that if he contradicted himself without his admission, could we possibly move on? Is it even possible? But I think he was really hell bent on trying to, uh, you know, point out a fault, which I thought was unnecessary. And how he interpreted it as was that I was interfering in support of Mead, which I was not. I was not trying to, I was
Yeah,
trying to question Darth on his attempts to pursue his line of questioning for what I thought was not even important.
yeah. So I wanna get one thing clear. I don't view myself as a justice maker. I'm not a judge to put anyone over another person. My rooms are usually very democratic, but when I have a 7 atheists to 1 ratio, I will usually moderate the one who's, whether a Muslim, a spiritual person, whatever it is, right? I balance out the stage. I want to get that one thing clear. I will not defend anyone. I will not try to moderate according to people's sensibilities, because I like hardcore people who give me 100% feedback, who tell me you failed in this, and this, right? And when you get people like Darth, who are 1,000%, I mean, they go beyond. They misinterpret your thoughts. They don't listen to what you're to the last point you're trying to make. The first 5 words that you say are enough for him to draw a conclusion on what you're saying, right? You might be given an example. You might be, trying to approach it however you might be, but he won't allow you to. And I've been quite successful at interacting with him till today. So I want to get this clear. If anyone, whether a friend, an enemy, a foe, a spiritual person, or an atheist, comes into the room and starts arguing with someone, no matter how it is, I'm going to push everyone to the audience, and I'm going to engage in a one-on-one, okay? Because I'll repeat that. I'm not here to defend people's sensibilities. I'm here to learn, and if I can, teach. But first and foremost, learn. And I think when I engage with people like Darth Dawkins, who it is very hard to engage with, but who is nonetheless a functional human being of society, people have said he's got a family, wife, kids, and everything. That's the kind of people I want to reach. I want to be able to speak to them. I want them to convince me of whatever is good for them, right? I want to really get to the point where they feel they're convincing me, and I want to be convinced. But if they can't do that, I'll keep probing, and I'll insist. I'm going to be as resilient as I can. So I want to get that clear before.
Alfonso,
it's Steve's turn.
Okay.
Yeah. So Alfonso, I just want to say I love you, man. I'm not angry at you with what happened just now at all. And I feel for you. I empathize with your frustration. There was a challenge that Mike put to us yesterday that was asking if you had to deal with that asshole using either a Matt Dillahunty approach or SE, which one would you choose? And I didn't get to really answer this or reply to him with this yesterday, but it really was clear to me that both methods, both the Matt Dillahunty approach and street epistemology, reject even engaging with a Darth. I don't really see where you might get some impression that street epistemology is meant to salvage conversations with the insane.
Yeah,
and
so
I mean, even the most skilled,
Steve,
even the most.
Before you go on, I never said I was going to use any method, right?
Okay.
What I said was I embrace and enjoy the challenge of speaking to people who are either very hard to engage with for most people on the app, or people who make very outrageous claims. People who might even have a mental disease, because I have suffered a mental disease. I know what the space is like, right? And I know you can't just argue your way across that. So I'm not using any method. I'm exploring how my humanity can engage with other humans, no matter how different they are. One thing that I coined a few months ago, which I know could sound very controversial, but it illustrates my point perfectly. I want to befriend Hitler because perhaps I'll be able to save more lives, right? I want to be able to connect with the most hideous monster you can imagine, because if I have a true connection with anyone, I might have the right effect. With that said, I do want to protect my integrity and of those around me. I don't want to put anyone in danger, but I do want to be able to engage with with a person who everyone will say it's impossible to engage, or this is an evil person, whatever.
So if I can just continue, what I was getting at there is even the most skilled psychologist knows when they can't do any better for somebody, when to quit, when to give up. You say you want to befriend Hitler. I mean, honestly, as far as psychology is concerned, your only chance is to get him while he's young. If they're already a full-grown adult and they've got these issues and they don't want to seek treatment at all, they don't want your help, they're going to talk over you at every turn.
Steve,
That they are not reachable. Like there is no therapy for, there is no treatment for Darth and his problem.
So the second thing I didn't say is I'm not seeking to treat people. I don't think people are mentally ill. I don't think Darth is mentally ill. Hold on. Let me finish. I'm not trying to.
I was talking.
So the first thing I'm trying to say is I don't think Darth or other people that I've encountered who are very aggressive in their approach are mentally ill. So I'm not trying to cure them. Because what I said earlier.
What are you trying to accomplish?
We're not supposed to treat on Clubhouse.
I already said what I'm trying to accomplish. I'm trying to connect my humanity to the humanity of someone else, to be able to establish a relationship.
But look, as far as I'm concerned,
hold on. And the reason is, if you come on stage with my face and a pig snout and ears, I'll probably laugh it off. But there's hundreds of, or the majority of the people will feel very offended, especially if they know you previously and they've had bad experiences, right? So that is even less productive.
All right. So
I want to engage humanly. That's why I don't hide my name or my last name, because I think it is incredibly dangerous to actually engage with someone. Your life might be at risk if you're engaging with someone who might somehow harm you because of the way you treat them or you react to them. So I'm not trying to treat anyone. I'm trying to connect, and I'm not trying to use street epistemology or use any other thing. These are all tools that come into the Alfonso baggage, and they help me reprogram perhaps my brain in order to interact with people. And after you speak, Steve, Mead wanted.
Okay, so just so you understand, Alfonso, like I said, I don't hold anything against you and how you handle that. I understand your method is your method, and you mod your rooms how you want to mod your rooms. As far as I'm concerned, what Darth was doing in here was psychologically manhandling all of you on the stage. And when I came on, when I was allowed on, I was not willing to let him manhandle me. So you pushing me into the audience, that's your method, the way you want to go about it. I'm not going to hold that against you. But I'm not going to be the one to take this PTR off. Not for him.
Did you get that, Tom Rabbit?